I have a rhyming dictionary here, which gives every English word that rhymes with every word. So I open up to the color red, and I even circled ones that I like in particular of English words that rhyme with red. And some really obvious ones for the glory of Jesus on the cross is the word bled and the word shed. Hello, he bled, he shed his blood, which was red. Ordained, ordained by heaven. Okay, the word bed rhymes with red. You should have a red bed. A head, your head, co-ed. I really like that one. Co-ed. We were outside playing tennis yesterday when a co-ed PE class, PE divides by 3, class equals love, came out and was playing tennis. Okay, co-ed equals red, because the CO, which both divide by 3, equal the R. Co-ed equals red, love. Okay, very famous words that rhyme with red. Bread. Hello, give us this day our daily bread. Bread, as in bread. Dead. Fed, Fred, which is the mascot, which is the teddy bear name at Trinity Western University. That's an interesting gem that I found when I was there. And Trinity is, of course, the quintessential Canadian, Trinity glorifying university. It's called Trinity Western University. And their mascot is Spartans, which is left on the left and left on the right, plus an interweave of love plus love. And the hopscotch effect, it's amazing. And they always clean house and look amazing. Led by the Holy Ghost. Led rhymes with red. It's very insightful. The two most obvious for the color red is that Jesus bled, Jesus shed his blood. Shed, bled, red. But it's just all pointing to red as the king of colors for his glory. Oh, that's what Jesus said. Said divides by 3, rhyming with red. And now you're just like, oh, there goes a red sled. What color sled should you have at wintertime? Red. It's obvious, it rhymes with sled. What color bed should you have? Red, where you lay down your head. Red in the name of love. And that'll be made full of thread. I have a shirt, it's made of thread by thread of red. You don't get married and lie down with someone until you are wed. W-E-D. You get wed. Then you go to bed, okay? It's like, and the color of your bed should be red in the name of love. It's just, and you lay down your head in bed after you got wed. Both of you should be well read about the truth before you're dead. You need to be led by the Holy Ghost about who you should marry, and then you'll be wed. All right, let's see if I can do this in order. When you're born, you spend a lot of time on your bed. You were what you would call bred by your parents. You eat a lot of bread in order to grow. You go to a school that is co-ed. You have a best friend named Fred. He was also well fed as a kid. You have a red head. So does Fred. You soak up some infrared rays once in a while. You feel led by the Holy Ghost as you mature spiritually. You become more outspread in your knowledge of God. You are purebred. Then you learn a lot of things so that you are well read. And you always know what Jesus said. And you understood that he shed his red for you when he bled. At winter time, you will shred on your snowboard, which divides by 3. Then you'll get on your red sled and have fun with your kids. Maybe you'll fall in love with your wife on a red sled while wearing some red threaded shirts. And then you get wed to your wife and you go home to your red bed together in the name of love, and you spend the rest of your life together with your two heads coming together in the name of love with the color red all around. There you go. So there's my fantastic, and maybe you even marry a redhead. There you go. So there's my fantastic gems from rhyming. Okay, because God ordained all words to be what they are. So now, look at the words that rhyme with a famous word like red, and just see what wisdom and obvious glory to Jesus you find in there. I mean, the fact that the word shed and bled share the last two letters, which equals 9, ED, okay, as red. And then more wisdom, okay, more understanding. And then the other thing that I did is I searched the Bible for the instance of the color red, and lo and behold, the first man ever created is Adam, which in Hebrew means red. Like, how much more evidence do you want that red is the king of colors? God creates the first man. His name is Adam. Those three letters in Hebrew, you know, I have to write this in red, or it would just be wrong. Those three letters in Hebrew are Adam, more or less like this. That's an M effect. I'm just writing it fast. Adam, which adds to 45, a triple of 15, divides by 9, just like red in English. That's the name of the first man on earth. And we know that the first is the king of everything. So if God creates Adam and says, your name is literally going to equal the color red, what do you think the king of colors is, class? Red. Adam, your great-grandfather, the first human on planet Earth, the first person created by God, who at one point before Eve came along was all alone. His name means red. So, what is the king of colors, class? Red. So, what should you do to maximize the amount of love in your life and for the mathematical glory of God? You should wear more red, you should decorate with more red, and you should put the word love all over it while you do it. Okay? There you go, to the glory of the Triune God who is love. Very good. What other notes did I dig up from the Bible? I mean, like the word rubies, you know. There's no gem more obvious in Redville than the ruby. Well, in Hebrew, so now you go into different languages now, and of course the word red in French is rouge. Well, that starts with three letters that equals love. R-O-U equals love. And now you want to find out what red is in other languages, like German, Italian, French, and you'll see even more of the glory of the numbers. But I just wrote down a few things for you here. For example, I can just pop this video camera off of this stand, and I just got to unplug, and then bring you over to my notes, and just finish sharing this, just so it's not going to take us long. It's all so there. Adam's name me equals red. This is what I was researching. Red study, May 12th. And I started going through the words that rhyme with red. And by the way, the word rhyme equals Jehovah. He takes the glory for every rhyme that has ever been put together in the history of the universe, including all worship songs, all poems. So Adam, the first man, his name means red. And then I just got some gems from specific, verses in the Bible. Okay, for example, a red garment. Garment divides by 3. Red garment divides by 3. Pottage. The famous red stew of the story of Esau. Well, that's called pottage in the Old English. Red pottage equals 111 perfectly. Think of a red stew, like red cabbage soup. And then this is cool. White teeth. This was an obvious gem that I got from this verse here. Your teeth are meant to be white. Well, they are. They should be. White teeth equals 1, 2, 3 perfectly. That's an obvious one. And if you want to say whiter teeth, you just add the R, which divides by 3. I mean, these words are selling, toothpaste like hotcakes these days. Whiter teeth in just a few weeks, Well, okay. Ordained for the Trinity. There you go. Colgate divides by 3 and all that. So, and then just other gems that I was getting. Other things that were red in the Bible. A red heifer. Chain links bookended with 3s, and this was a sacrifice, a red heifer. Look at that. 9 letters, 999 strokes, like screaming out 3s, and it was specifically something without spot. Jesus was without spot, and that's why he was the sacrifice for the sins of the world. Look at the glory on that phrase. A red heifer without spot hits it out of the park. The Red Sea, of course, the famous parting of the Red Sea. Well, Red Sea is a double of 26, which is a double of God. Glorifies number 3, composed of 3 letters plus 3 letters in the whole thing, okay? And then red pavement. This is straight out of the Bible. A red pavement, like a flooring. Doesn't have to be what we think of as pavement, as in just, asphalt we come to think of with pavement. But no, it can be like a tiling, okay? Like a tiling of colored tiles. Red pavement equals 1, 2, 3. Number of letters and strokes glorify the number 3. And these famous phrases, white as snow, divide by 3 and 3 letters, or white as wool. 6 points less, dividing by 3. Crimson, a parallel color with red, contains 27 plus 27, on and on. And then red apparel, Apparel equals Jehovah. Jehovah owns all apparel. So red apparel pushes it higher. Red horses, mentioned in the Bible, equals 111 and 9 letters. Just pure threes. Fair weather of any kind. Divides by 3. Slicing in half to equal 2 equal teams. All these are, they're all divine. A red covering. Look at love at the center of covering. You know, just obvious. 120 perfectly. And then the word ruddy. David was white and ruddy. This is straight out of... And then, oh yeah, the root of the word ruby, as in ruby red in Hebrew, is panah, which adds to 135, which is pure 27s. Love plus half a love. That's the three-glyph root of rubies in Hebrew. And rubies, of course, are quintessentially red. That's the gem, rubies. Okay, the three-glyph root is panah, 50 plus 80 plus 5, the three-glyph root of rubies, which adds to love plus half a love. Someone who is ruddy, 72, a triple of triple eights. Let's get the sound effect for that. That's 18 plus love. That word is all through the Bible and related to redness and stuff, which is an association for youthfulness and energy and beauty. And I got this fun gem while I was doing all this. This is for all of my adoring fans. Adoring fans equals love plus love, and you can find the two loves for homework. All of my divides by 3. I highlighted in colors the sections that divide by 3. And of course, God, of course, is the one who has all the adoring fans. Okay? We are all called to be adoring fans of God and what He has done and what He continues to do in world history for His glory. Okay? And so you can find all sorts of 27s, the 4 27s in this phrase, adoring fans. Like this. This is chain linked right here. Here's a 27 right here, chain linking it. And that's right next to an R and an I, which is another 27. So at the very center of adoring fans is 27 plus 27 equals love right there. And then the rest equals the other love, to which, yeah, you've got to go just add it all together. An S and a A and a D make 24 plus 15 plus 15. Okay. There you go. And the date and time for historic purposes. So it's been a most epic day. For the red marathon, i.e. the love marathon. Amen equals 33.